for joining us today. My name is Kim Murdoch and you're watching Arts Hub Online. Today's craft is fun. It's a food craft. We're going to be making an apple head. That is a cute character made out of an apple. We're going to give him a nose and two eyes and a mouth and some crazy hair. And it's just cheerful and fun. It's really cute, so I hope you enjoy that. Before we get started, I just want to make sure I can tell you what the supplies are. So there's no scissors today, but there is glue. We are going to use some glue. But what you really need, of course, for an apple head is an apple. And so this is a Granny Smith apple. You could use whatever type of apple you have. That is just fine. I've used Golden Delicious before. There's something about a green apple face that is just really funny. It also looks really good when you compare it with lemon rind and orange peel and things like that. Because that's what we're going to make the eyes and the nose and the mouth out of. We're going to be using lemons and limes and oranges. So you can see that I've already cut these up. You may need to have your parents help. These, you don't need a lot, but you do need a few pieces of these things. So this is a piece of orange peel, and we have some lemon and some lime. They're not big pieces, but you just have to have some help getting those ready for you. But once they are ready, all you need is a plastic butter knife and a pencil. You're going to need a few toothpicks and several kinds of pasta. So there are many kinds of pasta out there, all kinds of colors and fun shapes, and they all can do different things on your apple head. So get lots of different kinds. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 kinds of pasta, and I'll just be using them to create lots of crazy hair and things like that. But I also have something called a black-eyed pea. So now these are dried. You don't have to use these. You have googly eyes, you could do that, or you could cut out paper eyes and glue them on. But these are made of food. Obviously, it's a vegetable. It's a legume, actually. Sorry. So the black-eyed pea is really cute because it has a little black dot on it. That's why it's called that. And when you put them on, they look just like little eyes. So I'm going to use those today, but you can use whatever you have. That's just fine. All right, friends. So we are going to get started. And the first thing we're going to do is put a nose on our apple. Oh, and one more thing, if you notice I have this jar here, you don't have to have a jar, but it's really nice. It gives it a little pedestal. It just makes it a little easier to work with. All right, so I am going to move this out of the way, and I am going to take some of these things. So as I said, I have lemon peel, I have orange rind, just different things like that, and I have a cutting board. So you can decide whatever color nose you want your apple head to have. I think I'm going to make this one orange today. So this is a big piece, right? This would be way too big for my apple's nose. But what I'm going to do is just use my butter knife here, and I'm going to saw, and you can see how easy that is. So once you have this, you can cut it into any shape you want. So we're going to be doing eyebrows and different things, but I'm just going to go ahead and give this guy a nose. The other thing is these smell really good. It's kind of fun to work with just because it smells so good. All right, so we're going to use a toothpick to hold this on, but a toothpick is really long. So what I'd like you to do is just break them in half. The toothpick may have some little sharp edges, but you can just break those off as well. So the nose of your apple head is going to go right in the middle. So just find the side of your apple that you want to be the front. I'm going to do it right here. And so I'm going to take the nose and put it right on the middle. See how I'm holding that down? Trying to anyway. It's easier when it's sitting down, but I'm going to use my toothpick. I'm going to use the sharp end to go into the apple like that. Now it doesn't go in all the way, and sometimes it might hurt your finger to press on it, so you can use your glue stick. It's a little hammer and it goes right in, no problem. All right, so my guy has a nose here, and what we're going to do next is we're going to add some eyebrows. And so I think what I will do is use another color. So I'm going to use some yellow from the lemon. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut some shapes that I think will be good for eyebrows. Now this is your apple head, of course, at home when you're making it. So it can be any shape. They can be round, they can be square, they can be anything you like. I'm going to just take some of this extra stuff off the inside with my butter knife. And it comes off really easily. It's very, very soft on the inside. So I'm going to turn these into some big old eyebrows, okay? So of course you can make your apple head have whatever expression you want. So I know don't want mine to be angry, but if the eyebrows were going down, then you'd be angry. If they're going out, might look surprised. Up really high, might look happy. So think about what you want your apple head's expression to be. Get another toothpick, break it in half. It's just going to be easier that way. So you have to save room for the eyes. So I'm going to put them up high enough so that I know that I still have room for the eyes. And I'm going to use 2 toothpicks. So you see how I put them in there? They stick out a little bit. So again, I'm going to take my glue stick, just tap on those gently, and they are going to go right in. It's really fun to do this. So there's one eyebrow. Need another one. This one seems like it's a little bit too long, so I'm going to just take my butter knife and give it a little tiny trim. And then I'm going to, of course, get my toothpicks ready. And I'm going to place that other eyebrow on, and I'm going to secure it with my toothpicks. So, I've done this in camp before with my students in cooking camps as a craft or activity. They love it. I'm sure you'll love it as well. You can make these really funny, really silly, really zany. It's really pretty amusing. So I hope you're enjoying it. All right, so now we need a mouth. So you can make the mouth out of whatever you want. I have a green apple, so I might not use the lime peel. I might go back to my orange. And so this is already kind of in the shape of a mouth, so I'm just going to use my butter knife to trim it up a little bit and make it a little thinner. You can see how I took a lot of the inside of the rind off of there. And now I'm just going to kind of use my knife to shape it into a smile. And oh, my nose is itching. So there we go. So that's a really cute smiley mouth, and we're going to put it on right below the nose. So we're going to do it in the same way each time. So if you're at home, your apple head will be facing you, and it is a lot easier when it's facing you. So I'm going to turn this towards me for just a moment to put his mouth on. So just remember, we're doing it in the same way. So put it on, tapping it on. That way it's secure. So this guy's looking cute already. Oops. Do you ever notice when your hands are sticky or dirty that your nose itches? That happens to me all the time. Sorry about that. I'm not supposed to be touching my face, right? So I'll stop. Okay, so I'm done with these things. And now it's time to move on to the pasta and the eyes. This is so much fun. My students absolutely love doing this because you can make it look really crazy. But first we're going to put the eyes on. So you're going to open up your glue stick and make sure you can see the glue sticking out of the top. Pick up one of the black-eyed peas, and you're going to put some glue on the back. And when I say glue, I mean you're going to kind of scoop it up with the black-eyed pea, and you're just going to place it on, and you don't have to press it in, and you don't have to squeeze it or anything. It should just stay in place. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Now it does need to dry for a couple of hours in order for these eyes to really be secure. But they're fun because you can have them looking in any direction you want. I'm not sure if you can see this, but my apple head is now looking that way, which is kind of cute. Alright, so I'm going to close up my glue stick so it doesn't dry out. I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to put it away. Now it's time to go into our pencil, and we also don't need the toothpicks anymore. So now it's time to use our pencil and the different shapes of pasta. So pasta some is stronger than others. These curly noodles are really fun for hair, but they're kind of brittle. And so the best thing to do is to add a little hole with a pencil tip first. So for example, I'll do this right here. I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to poke a little hole. It's not really deep. And then I'm going to take my pasta, and I'm just going to gently it's almost like a screw, you're going to screw it in. Just have to be gentle, but if you've already poked a hole, it'll be 100 times easier. And so all you have to do when you do this is just repeat. So I'm going to poke a hole with my pencil, and so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right across the top. So this pasta is a fun color. It's kind of an orange color. And if it breaks while you're doing this, no worries, just grab another piece. It's no big deal. Like this one just broke. Don't let it frustrate you. It takes a few minutes to get it right. Just poke that in there and keep on trying. I'm going to work on the hair for a minute by myself. I hope you'll do the same when I come back. I'll show you my finished apple head, and we'll talk about next week's craft. All right, friends, we are back. So this is my apple head. As you can see, he's got lots of crazy hair. He's got a really sweet expression on his face. They are so much fun to make. I hope you will try it out. They're really great for friendly competition. So if you want to see who can make the wildest, the wackiest, the silliest, the funniest, all of the different things you can do are really fun, and they last for a couple of days, so they're good entertainment for a while. But when they're done, you can just compost them. So that's another really wonderful thing about this. They are not going in the landfill, and so they're fun, they're cute. I hope you'll try it out. Next week, we're going to be making something with another recyclable. These are made, this is a tapestry made out of brown grocery bag handles. And that is really cool. You know how many of those bags you have lying around? You can pull those handles off and you can make things with them, which I think is really neat. So we're going to use markers and yarn and Sharpie. This is something that will look really nice hanging on a doorknob or just somewhere in your house. It says family across the top, but it can say anything you want it to. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. I'll see you then.